So we're going to flag off in just a few seconds once we are ready. 2, 1. Tumebakisha dakika ngapi?
Every Kenyan, wherever we are, we must know that for us to have a planet where we can live, where our children are going to live, where the future generations are going to inherit, we must ensure that matters environment are looked after, and our portion is to make sure that we plant trees everywhere, in our homes, in our villages, in our towns, in our cities, and everywhere else. PS Kiptoo ametupatia kielelezo mzuri, na vile alianzisha hii mpango miaka 7 iliyopita.
I will follow in your footsteps to adopt an ecosystem, to implement the 15 billion trees that we have to plant in 10 years. Please, let's take the cue as shown to us by our brother, Dr. Chris Kiptoo.
We have a target of planting 15 billion trees in this country in the next 10 years. And the Kaptagat forest is really contributing toward that. When we talk about 15 billion trees in this country, it means we must have produced 15 billion seedlings. There will be a total to the excess of 450 billion Kenyan shillings that will get to these communities as they produce these seedlings. That is the economy we are talking about. From the seed, as you can see, to the seedling, bring up the seedling, to the growing of the tree.
This 15 billion strategy for Kenya has basically opened a sea of opportunities for Kenyans. And we are able to see individuals in various parts of the country that have taken this matter personally, and they have given some form of leadership.
Every time I plant a tree seedling, it reminds me that it is not about me. It's about us. It's about humanity. It reminds me of the fragility of life. It symbolizes the delicate nature of life, a journey that demands patience, nurturing, and resilience. Just like the growth of a tree, the restoration of Kaptagat forest is a story of perseverance. It took 7 years to reach this point, and it will take many more years to witness our dream come true. The comeback of wildlife, rivers flowing again, and communities reaping big from the forest. My name is Dr. Chris Kiptoo, the Principal Secretary at the National Treasury. Beyond that, and more important, is the fact that I'm the patron of the Kaptagat Integrated Forest Conservation Program. I've done this in my capacity as a member of the community of Kaptagat and the people who have made me their patron. I was born in a village called Kapkoi, which is in Mutei location, Keyo North constituency, Elgeyo Marakwet County. I went to Kapkoi Primary School from class 1 to class 7. Kapkoi holds a very special place in my heart. It is where I belong, where my people are. I was lucky to witness the untouched beauty of Kaptagat forest when I was a young man. It was our lifeline. Sadly, I also witnessed the heartbreaking degradation. The forest vanished, piece by piece, tree by tree. It dwindled. As I witnessed the gradual degradation of the forest, my heart was heavy. Illegal loggers targeted the precious indigenous trees. It was a devastating and unimaginable transformation. It was clear to me that we had to do something. And someone had to lead. And it had to be me. Because I felt I have a responsibility in my community to do so. I used to see the forest full of life, and we enjoyed being in that forest because we would see both flora and fauna that was rich. I would see dik-dik, the gazelles, the antelopes. I would pick fruits. We used to call them momonik, very sweet fruits, or what we call bonik, which is nice fruits to pick. These days, you cannot get that. Where has it gone?
This is an ecosystem that for over the years had gone a lot of degradation as a result of overgrazing, poaching of trees within the ecosystem.
It's a source of quite a number of rivers. I mean, it's a source of water for critical south in the country and the western part of the country and also the northern part of the country.
I felt a deep calling, but resources were limited. To restore the forest, I needed money and the goodwill of the community. For it is their forest, their land to reclaim, and it is the people of Kaptagat who possess the power to join the forces with me and make a lasting difference. With each edition of our gatherings, we invited more and more individuals to join our cause. From the first to the 6th edition, we saw an outpouring of support. During the first Kaptagat tree planting edition in June 2017, we started small with a group of friends and community members who shared the same vision. Some brought seedlings, others volunteered their time or donated money. We were able to plant 50 hectares in the Bombo catchment area in Sabor Forest Block. In the second edition that took place in June 2018, 15 hectares were rehabilitated in the Kipsalen block of Sabor Forest. In the third edition, a total of 40 hectares in 5 sites were restored. In the fourth edition that took place in June 2020, a total of 105 hectares and 100,000 assorted indigenous trees were planted. And in the 5th edition, we were able to restore 185.4 hectares. The integrated master plan for rehabilitation and restoration of Cherangani Elgeyo Hills ecosystem was also launched.
I benefited kuuza 24,000 seedlings. Nikapata pesa yangu mzuri sana 720,000. Hiyo ni mara yangu ya kwanza kuona pesa kiasi hiyo. Na nashukuru Mungu, wakati hiyo nilikuwa na watoto 6 secondary school. Second year sasa 2020 nikakuwa na 83,000. Wengi walifaidika, walinufaika na hiyo ununuzi wa miti.
Kaptagat forest is a forest where we are having a very good management approach in which we are involving the community.
The integrated approach is what is unique, where all aspects of society are involved, and they are now looking at the forest more as a bank where they can derive benefits directly. And in fact, I could actually say our forests are basically an ATM.
In 2022, watu wa WWF Kenya walitununulia miche 12,000. Tukapata pesa 360,000. And then in 2023, tuliwahi kununuliwa miti 17,000. Tukapata 510,000.
So if we manage our forest resources, we will have direct income that we don't realize now. Sweden and Finland get 60% of their GDP from forestry.
In July 2022, 300,000 assorted indigenous tree seedlings at a cost of 9 million in the 5 forest stations were planted. And fencing was also done in the adopted site of 50.8 hectares by Dr. Eliud Kipchoge. 40,000 avocado tree seedlings were also distributed to the community. With time, the community has come to support, and they have taken this even in their own farmlands. And when we distributed avocados in 2017, many went and planted. And of course, apart from that income to the farmer, this is also contributing to more carbon sinks around that region.
Nimeanza kuchuna hii avocado Nimeanza kuuza. So kama mimi sasa nitaweza sasa kujinunulia avocado.
Which is why we start talking about the need to reduce the stock of livestock that goes to the forest, the need to upgrade the quality of those animals, and then you use the waste that comes from that livestock to generate biogas.
Wakati tumepata huu mradi wa biogas, imetusaidia sana. Imetusaidia side that siku hizi hatuendangi tena huko forest msituni kukata kuni. Imetusaidia kutusavia energy ya kwenda huko. Imetusaidia kusaidia mambo na moshi. Hiyo ni clean energy tunatumia sasa.
One of the things that I did as a member of the community was also to address the issue of water supply. There's a project called Iten Tambach Sabor Water Project. I was championing for distribution of water to the people.
Mi kijana yana mnengo kinyo na kile chama che biik le tekini tangit. Kya goita tangit sigenyoru beek che kitoretegei che kitorete kiagik. Ak yo kokiboisien akot mbar.
Ask yourself, what have you done? Please make an audit. That's personal audit. Please make an audit. What have you done? And if you get actually an answer that you have done nothing, take a step tomorrow. Don't wait. Take a step tomorrow and plant trees and take care of the environment.
I also want to appreciate our peers because we started this thing when everyone was not adopting. We had not seen the seriousness of climate change.
The 7th edition is special to me. It is a Thanksgiving edition. We have the honor and the privilege to have His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable William Ruto, to grace the occasion. We plant the trees, and once the trees are on the ground, we now go back to a Thanksgiving ceremony where we shall all pour our hearts and say the many good things that have happened. Thank God, thank the community, thank everyone. And to also renew our commitment for further restoration, because we still have a long way to go.